This is Trishti Bhakre going live from Midday India, and we have Tanuj Virwani with us here. So we are going to be talking a lot about his latest project, that is Inside Edge, of course, and a lot more about his previous projects, his upcoming projects, and a lot more. So hi Tanuj, how are you? Please tell
Hi,
all
I'm
of
good.
us
How
how
are
are
you
you
doing?
doing.
What's up?
I am doing very well. Thank you so much for joining us. It's a pleasure to have you.
It's a pleasure being here.
Okay, all right. So I really want to ask you, that the past more than 2 years have been really difficult for all of us, and COVID
Yes,
has treated all of us equally with no biases. So, how was the past year and like the entire COVID phase for you?
I feel Sneha, the past couple of years have been both collectively as well as individually very difficult for everyone. I
Hmm.
mean, people have been forced to live life in a certain way. People have been separated from their
Hmm.
families. We can't go to work the way we would. We can't socialize the way we would. And there's always
Hmm.
this loom here, this looming thread that could we be next, with the pandemic and the fact that it's not just one wave, but it's like, even right now we're not out of the woods. In fact, they're saying things could get pretty bad. So I just feel it's a time where a lot of us had to really like kind of dig in deep, be our own best friend mentally, be a lot stronger, fortify ourselves so that we are
Hmm.
prepared in all eventualities. So it's not been easy. I consider myself very grateful and blessed to be surrounded by a bunch of people who have ensured that like I'm in a good space mentally. Even if I'm going to work, I'm in a good space. Even if I'm sitting at home, my parents, some of my close friends, and I think more than anything, I think just the fact that I've kind of been able to hit a bit of a purple patch when it comes to work, even though like it's been difficult going to set and creating content, but we have managed to somehow get by. I think that's really kept my spirits afloat. So yeah.
It's very good to know that all of us can relate to you on a very deeper level, since all of us have been spending our time in a similar way that you have. So thank you so much for your answer. So so let's talk about the elephant in the room, that is Inside Edge, and I'm seeing a lot of fans of Vayu Raghavan. So do you mind saying hi to them?
Yes. So, firstly, I mean, I just want you guys to know that I'm reading all your comments and thank you so much for all the love, not just for the third season, but for the previous seasons as well. It really I can't tell you how gratifying it is for me as an actor as well as on a personal level. Because being in front of the camera and doing what I do is really something I enjoy, and it's much more than just a job for me. So, just the fact that
Hmm.
because of you guys' support over the years and season after season, especially for Inside Edge, we have gotten the opportunity to sort of make subsequent seasons. There are very few shows that have managed to like successfully complete three seasons. In our country.
Hmm.
I'm really glad that even today there's so much of fanfare and there's a vibe about the show. And about Vayu and for that matter all the cast. So yeah,
Of course. I mean, it was a very realistic, and the series gave us a very like a different point of view about like the biggest
yeah.
sports of India. So
Yes.
yeah, so definitely it was a very big hit. And I
Yeah.
watched it as well with my family, and I personally was a very big fan of Mumbai Mavericks. So
Yeah. Me.
just letting you know. Okay. Okay, so Inside has had a very huge star cast. Like starting from Richa Chadda, Vivek Oberoi,
Yeah.
and Max Makaran Deshpande. So, how is your entire experience of being a part of Inside Edge, and especially working with all of these big people?
I think Sneha, the beauty of being on a show like Inside Edge is even though the star cast is so big, if you notice, by and large,
Hmm.
will probably interact with two, three, four people a lot. So for me, it's quite a small and intimate experience because I don't have to really look at the bigger
Hmm.
picture because I know that Karan Anshuman and the writers and Kanish, who's our director for the third season,
Hmm.
all these guys are at the macro element. So I just need to focus on okay, what's happening with my arc, what's happening with me interacting with Rohini, with Mantra, with all the
Correct.
other characters. I have to kind of like
Hmm.
interact
Hmm.
on the show, because I think the minute you start looking at the bigger picture, then you sort of lose sight of the smaller, more subtler
Hmm.
nuance.
Hmm. Hmm.
That's what I try and do. So for me, it doesn't matter who's on the show, who's on the show. I mean, I'm very happy that season after season we get some new talent. Like this time, we've got Siddhant, we've got Akshay, Oberoi, and stuff, and then a few other. We've got Ankur. These guys who have really
Hmm. Hmm.
a lot to the Inside Edge, to the Inside Edge universe, I would say. But having said that, I just focus on my process and what I can bring to the table, and what newness I can sort of bring to the character, because you don't want to just play the same strokes every single time. So yeah.
So also, Inside Edge was nominated as the best drama series in the 46th International Emmy
Yeah.
Awards. So what was your initial reaction to this news?
I uh, I I still remember, we were actually in Georgia shooting for the second season of the show, and we have a little
Hmm.
WhatsApp with all our Inside Edge cast and crew on it, and
Hmm.
was our stylist Lovedeep, and he just posted this message like, "Oh guys, we've been nominated for the Emmys," and I'm like, "Come on, man, are you like drunk or something in the middle of the day? What are you talking?" Like, how's that even possible, right? I mean, because that news came out of nowhere. And it's slowly from back home, a lot of congratulatory messages and calls started coming. I'm like,
Hmm.
oh, this shit's real. This is actually happening. And that's pretty much how the entire thing happened. It was an amazing experience because we know how the show started, and we know that in
Hmm.
2016, pitching the show and like figuring how to make it and all. It was a pretty uphill task because at that point, no one could have anticipated what the power of the OTT space could be, and
True, true, true.
it validated a lot of choices. I wouldn't say my choices. I would say more Excel and Amazon and Karan Anshuman and all these guys because
Hmm.
they really backed this project. And the fact that we were able to kind of, go all the way to the Emmys, even though we didn't win, which would have been fantastic. But I mean, the fact that we even got nominated and the first Indian show to get
Nominated
nominated
is the
was
correct.
was
It's a huge deal in itself.
yeah,
I really want to say that that you started working in the web series game since a very long time, and since
yeah,
then the entire OTT platform has evolved and a lot, and like
yeah,
now people have started exploring, and companies as well have started exploring the entire OTT
yeah,
platform is really a lot. So yeah, so that's a good and
yeah. You
and
always want to
being nominated.
oh, yeah,
And being nominated to Emmys in itself is a very big deal. So yeah,
yeah.
so congratulations. I'm quite
Thank
late,
you.
but congratulations for that. So you have been, like working, as I said earlier, that you have been working since a very long time. So and you have played several characters over the years. So is
Right.
there some like any one specific character that you are emotionally attached to?
Um, I feel that's a very, very good question. I feel there's so many characters that I've portrayed that I have given a part of myself to. So it would be unfair for me to kind of like just say choose one or two characters because I think no matter what role you play it.
Hmm.
I don't know how others do it, but for me, it personally is like Tanuj. What if I were in this situation? What if I were a gangster,
Hmm.
cartel? What if I like in Kodak?
Hmm.
What if I were this hotshot cricketer like on Inside Edge? So I just played like as a what if I were that person.
Hmm.
So there's a lot of my personal um, self and I wouldn't say my characteristics, but that would be wrong, but like a part of me that is invested in each of these characters, and hence irrespective of what the reception is, sometimes there are certain shows and there are certain characters which are really like beloved for the audience, and there are certain characters which
Hmm.
don't sing with the audience, but for me they're equally special. They're all my children. So for me, I've found something, and I've also discovered a lot about myself playing a
Hmm.
lot of these characters. Like it's
Correct.
it's it's the amount that you are able to understand about human behavior and even get to know yourself better, both as an artist as well as
Hmm.
just by playing these characters. So yeah.
Wow. So you have spoken like a true artist and as a true performer. So yeah, that's a very good answer actually.
It's just what I feel. Yeah.
I checked online and I saw that you are very much interested in production and writing as well. So
Right.
if you ever had the opportunity of exploring other fields in the same profession as well, so what would it be?
Well, I'll drop a little bit of trivia about myself. I never set out to be an actor. I always thought I would probably do something behind the camera, be it direction, be it writing, be it even production for that matter. And
Hmm.
it's just that now because I've been acting full time, and you don't want to have
Hmm.
your finger in too many different pies. You want to focus on one thing because things are going fairly well right now. But definitely at some point in life, I do see myself stepping behind the camera and hopefully making a difference there.
Since we saw you as an actor, we would love to see you behind the camera as well. So so how do you relax yourself after a long hectic day?
I think music really helps. Playing
Hmm.
with my dogs really helps. We have like a lot of dogs at home right now. So that's a great stress buster. I'm a complete foodie. I know, being an actor, we got to set like goals and stuff, and
Hmm.
I mean, I love my food, and something that that's been very very close to my heart for many years is I love running. No matter where I am, I could
Oh,
be Bombay, I could be anywhere. I just feel when I'm running, my thoughts are at their healthiest, and I have the best sort of thing going on in my head. So I make it a point.
hmm.
I've had a 12 hour, 14, 15 hour day, whatever it is. I indulge in some cardio, some form of exercise. It really opens up your mind, and yeah. So these are the things that help me unwind because things can get quite stressful.
So I saw a very nice question in the comments here that the audience want to know all the names of all your dogs and pets.
Okay, so we've got a Shuri, they are the parents. We've got Drake, we've got Pipa, we've got Maguna, we've got Stuart Little, we've got Rex, we've got Dex. So
Wow.
the whole bunch. As I said, like right now we are outnumbered by dogs at home. So it's yeah, we've got Ash. So yeah. So they're
Wow, that's a lot of dogs. So you seem to be a very big animal lover.
I am, and it's not just me. I also feel it's the sort of environment that one is raised in, and also because
Hmm.
there have always been dog lovers and dog owners as well. So I mean, because of that is just something that's been inculcated to me from a very very young
Hmm,
age.
hmm, hmm.
So yeah,
True. We will be playing a small rapid fire session with you, Tanuj. And before
okay,
that, I really want to say that audience, if you have any questions for Tanuj, please put them in the question section, and I will make sure that I ask them for you. So,
yeah.
how would you describe your personal styling?
Instead of just following fashion trends, you should set your own trends and
Hmm,
sort of see what you are comfortable wearing. I mean, like.
hmm, hmm, hmm.
I often find that people are just always behind, know what other people are wearing and what is currently in vogue and stuff. Just be comfortable. It could be something functional, it could be something really fancy or la di da. But as long as it's an extension of who you are as a person and who you are as a personality, I think that's what matters. Sometimes just don't try too hard.
Thank you so much for the insightful questions. Is there going to
Okay.
be another season of Cartel?
So we are hopeful that there will be another season of Cardinal. I mean, for those of you who have seen the show, I mean, it does sort of end with the promise that there will be a season two. But I mean, I'm not at liberty to speak about it because
Hmm.
I'll leave it to Ekta ma'am to kind of announce.
Okay, so what sports do you play off screen?
Basically, only cricket. Yeah, it's just cricket. For me, cricket is a very very integral part of my life, and yeah, I mean, it's been truly something very very special to me. So yeah.
So playing the character of Vayu Raghavan was not very difficult for you.
Yeah, I could say that. Yeah,
Everyone is asking about another season of Inside Edge. Are we going to see that?
I mean, again, I'm hopeful. I don't know how to answer these questions, because many times in the past, I've made announcements and then they scold me later. So I'm going to leave all these announcements to the guys who can decide what goes,
Right, right.
what happens next. But all I can say is that all these shows that you guys are asking about do sort of end on a bit of a cliffhanger and with a promise of a subsequent season. So let's see.
Which is, what is your comfort food?
Chole Bhature.
Movies or books? Which one do you prefer?
Movies, no doubt. Movies. I'm too lazy to sit and spend so much time on movies. 2-2.5 घंटे का मस्त है. Yeah.
So, which is your favorite genre in movies?
Thriller.
So can you suggest us some of the nice thriller movies?
Seven is really good. Panic Room is really good. Johnny Gaddar is really good.
Hmm.
Ek Haseen
Oh,
Badlapur. Some that come to mind right now.
oh yes. If you had a chance to, live the life of one of your characters, then which one would it be?
Why Raghavan, man? 200%. It's a good
all
life.
the insiders fans, all the insiders fans are going to be so happy right now. So
No doubt, he's got a baller life and he gets to play cricket and travel the world and be this brat. And I love all those things.
yeah.
So why
So you are very much like Vayu Raghavan in your life as well.
that you would have to ask people who are close to me. I can't answer that.
Thank you, Tanuj, so much for joining us today. I hope that you get super projects in future and you keep succeeding in life. And all the best for your future projects and the next year, that is 2020.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you
you.
so much for.
Subscribe to Midday India. Get direct notifications on all our videos by clicking on the bell icon.